you know ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bout it, ain't stop it, cause it ain't no acting it.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway in Allegiant Stadium. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Throw caught out wide by Renfro. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first down, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The Carr's throw complete to Hollins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. The Raiders had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And space tough to come by there. It's only get maybe a yard to the 37. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
93.
Here's Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 35. 23 yards on the play. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
And when you're trying to set up a counter play, it's what a lot of people call influence play. You're really hoping those defensive linemen are really agile that day. If they stayed out late the night before the game and they're not moving as fast, that's a lousy call, because that means they're just going to sit in the hole that you have to create just by the movement of your offensive line.
There they got the ball to the outer third of the field, but tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, things get stacked up in there. If they don't move as well as you want them to, they're probably just trying to escape and couldn't get away.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Now Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is counter. And he goes backwards here. Losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, a run with counter. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here's Murray, a quick throw complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the 1st down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game. Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2? Maybe even 3 more plays.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal. Murray on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Kyler Murray, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cards are on the board first here in Vegas. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Raiders nothing. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders getting over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cardinals 7, Raiders 0.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ends up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make.
Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
This will be caught once again by Brown. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, 7:34.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Looking to throw on second down. Carr. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It was Marcus Golden that time who came roaring in to get him. The defense was ready for the run-pass option. Diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From midfield, here's Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray, he's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. It was Anthony Averett who got him down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. And he'll get get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as he'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with counter. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with counter again. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Shotgun now for Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And shutting him off, now open field. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 15.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Prater on and the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 14, Raiders nothing. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. The final shot here before half for Carr. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And the half will begin with a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On the counter, it's Connor. And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Murray off play action. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They run behind center with Connor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 18-yard line. Give him 8 yards. There's still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 1 yard is the gain. And it's good enough for an Arizona first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Come on.
Throw left side complete. That's Brown. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marquise Brown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Carr. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
You're mine.
Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league where we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, Let's just say it's been unusual.
On second down, here's Carr. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Carr now to throw. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
What now?
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Carr now on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 24, Carr. And it's complete to Adams. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Four yards remain for second down. Murray now. And the Raiders have got him. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
The tackle by Denzel Perryman.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. A give running right is counter. Room here to run. The 71 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's counter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. This is 3rd and 11. Run him his sweep. Hilton with it. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Looking deep for Adams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cards are going to get it back here just past the 35. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Meanwhile, Murray's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand.
But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Murray now on first down. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is Connor running right. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now Murray. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And that's now a half-dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Cassini, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you presented, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right?
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Carr, throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Play action, now it's Carr. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. Now Carr, gotta have this one. He's gonna let it fly. And now here is another interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the Cardinals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game.
I'm really out for blood this time, look.